Your assignment isn't long enough. Describe your thinking process. So I'll first say, university is hard, but bad profs make is 10x harder. My literature professor in particular made a point that he is very stringent on grading. Everything needed to be done exactly as asked. And you must use what you learned in class. This isn't uncommon, but it was like he was railroading us to doing everything his way. Which is ironic since, like I said, it's a literature class. Anyways, on a recent assignment, I'll admit, I didn't exactly put my heart and soul into it. It was just a book report. But I didn't care much for the book. So I sorta just skimmed it. Anyways, after I got my grade back, I discovered that I had got an AC. And the only notes he gave were, "Your assignment isn't long enough. Describe your thinking process." Needless to say, I was thoroughly pissed. I didn't put my all into it. But it's not like I didn't try. So fine. You want a longer assignment? You'll get one. The next assignment was on Shakespeare. And we were allowed to use any of his works. I'd done Romeo and Juliet so many times it'd become boring. But that also meant I was really good at it. More specifically, writing about it. The next week of my life was spent writing a very intricate and long essay detailing a surrealist perspective of Juliet and her suicide. Actually, I'm pretty proud of it too. Best part though, it was 12 pages. I literally detailed every tiny piece I could squeeze out. I included dictionary definitions, references to modern literature, and even a whole bullshit segment claiming it was a retelling of Hamlet. Mostly just me trying to make as many statements as possible. Anyways, since everything is online now, I handed it in through the Dropbox system they have. Feeling pretty content with myself, I decided to look at some of the other submissions. The longest one I found was 4 pages. Also about Romeo and Juliet. And I instantly became even more pleased with myself. So grading time comes around. And it seems to be taking a little longer than usual. Actually, I got my grades for that assignments a week late. I checked mine and was shocked to see no notes. But I did get an A. However, in the notes for the whole class, I found it said, "Please keep future assignments below 3 pages unless specified." Pretty sure I won that battle. Anyone who has taught an essay class knows that you give a lower and upper page limit, because some people can not shut up. This malicious compliance could go both ways, lol. Your professor successfully got you to put in effort into their class. Hoisted by his own petard! Exclamation mark. What kind of literature class only wants 3-page papers? It's weird that you admitted you didn't do a good job on the first essay and then got mad that you got a C. Also, did the professor actually refer to it as a book report? A surrealist perspective? I actually want to read that. AC is average. And by your own admission, you put little effort into it. You spent a whole week on the next assignment. Seems your professor won that battle. How are you complaining that everything needed to be done exactly as asked? And you must use what you learned in class. Would you rather the professor is grading you subjectively instead of by a predetermined rubric in assigning work that isn't related to what you're learning in class? You come off as very immature in this story with a real victim mentality. It is not needless to say that you were thoroughly pissed to receive a C for an assignment you half-assed on a book that you sorta just skimmed. Dictionary definitions? Just skimmed the book. Admittedly, even in your own story where you can make yourself look as good as possible, didn't try very hard on the assignment. Sounds like a C to me. kind of reminds me of my senior year of high school. We had to make a portfolio including papers from every year that people were going to have to read and then interview us about. I thought it was pointless, so I picked the longest papers from each year and put them all in. Some poor dude had to read like 50 pages of random papers. You half-assed an assignment and complained that you got a C? Get over yourself. Let me guess, then the whole class erupted in cheers and chanted your name? 12 pages is certainly nowhere near long enough to be resorting to dictionary definitions and off-thesis bullshit, especially for one of the most discussed works, if one of the most famous authors in the English language. Everything needed to be done exactly as asked. Yes. That's the point of giving an assignment. Pretty sure the professor won that battle. You were lazy and gave no effort. With one sentence, the professor got you to put in effort and be proud of yourself. You ought to write a 12-page thank you letter for teaching you accountability. Anyways. Book reports in college. The capacity to see the length of other submissions. Imaginary papers based on incoherent premises. This shit is faker than your mom's love for you. You say you're good at writing but keep writing, anyways, instead of anyway. Curious. Wow. 12 whole pages. Amazing, S.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. MaliciousCast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.